So this is my BLT sandwich made with my homemade veggie bacon, and I've made some for James with some poached eggs, and we're having carrot juice, and we're going to be talking about infectious disease and these videos. So I guess I better get started. Where am I? There we go. I hope that's right. I have a hot water bottle in my coat here because it's actually really cold out here. It's about, well, I don't know how much it is now, but it was minus 4 degrees Celsius when I was walking this morning earlier. So I can't imagine it's much more than that yet. It's certainly not melting yet, so it's not above zero. Anyway, I'll continue to talk about infectious diseases, and then I'll go over these DVDs. Well, this is definitely worth watching. James and I both are really quite thrilled with this show. This is so not worth watching, and well, James will talk about that. So anyway, they're all kind of related though in a weird way. They seem to go together. I don't know why, but I should have a bite of my sandwich so you can see if it's any good. I don't know. I've rolled my bacon a little bit thick, so I don't know how it'll be. Honestly, I have no idea though, because I haven't had bacon in a long time, so maybe James is going to be a better judge of it, but I think I did pretty well. It's just a bit thick.
So how could you tell these were new shoes? The fact that they were as white as golfers' shoes, or
Yep,
the fact
they're pretty
that they still had the price tags on inside the soles?
Mine, I just wear them with the price tags all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, these price tags are like brand new. I've just worn these once yesterday, and I think they were pretty new to begin with, maybe brand new.
Do you want to talk about the Mueller investigation?
Yeah, well.
Do you want to eat your eggs first so they don't
probably
get cold?
eat my eggs first, because I'm not a big fan of cold eggs. So. I made fake bacon. That's awesome. Is that what you're going to call it? Fake bacon? Bacon. Very good. Yeah, that's awesome. I'll talk about the Mueller investigation. Not much to say. It's a PBS thing, so it's what, 58 minutes or whatever, I think. And it just basically, it goes through it. Anyone who thought it wasn't going to be a cover-up, what sort of planet are you coming from? This guy, Mueller's all jaw, no brain. It's like when nature created him, all the stuff that was supposed to be encasing the brain went down to his jaw. So, lifelong Republican from what I can tell, head of the FBI. The FBI was shameful, like Comey, the guy who followed up Mueller. I think he was a follow-up. He basically handed the election to Trump, even without the Russians. It's shameful the role the FBI's played in this. Trump should be facing charges of treason. Mueller covered it up. He could have stretched it out for eternity, but he had it all down pat. He wanted to get it done. Went before this election 2020 coming up, before it even started, the election campaigning. So this show is just, here's this. It shows a few stupid Democrats. They're all, like they're smirking and smiling. It looks as though there were interviews that were done in place. No one ever took this guy seriously enough. I knew he was going to win. We'll see what happens in 2020, but it sure looks dangerous now. Yeah. Oh well.
So
Anyway,
I'm not
enough
going to
of that.
put how to make the bacon on this blog, whatever, post, but I'll put it on the next one. So I have the videos already. And all you do, basically, you roll out the batter you just add a little more, whatever kind of flour you want. You can put quinoa flour if you want, just to keep it dry. And so you can roll it out. And I should have rolled it a little bit thinner. I didn't roll it quite thin enough. But I was worried that when I was rippling it, I bake it in the oven. So you don't have to use any fat whatsoever when you make this vegan bacon. And yeah, you just curve it up and down in strips in the oven, and until it's done. That's all you do. It's really easy and good. Very good. I Okay. So this one, we're in the more than the middle of watching it right now. It's so good.
It's pretty good.
The more I watch this show, the more I enjoy it.
I'm not a big fan of lawyer shows. How about
No.
you? Yeah.
But this one's quite clever and entertaining. So I would definitely recommend watching this. I'm not going to give away anything about it because it's worth watching. Charmed, not worth watching. So
it's great for sleeping too.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
telling you. Wow.
So far, this is just volume 1. We haven't. Volume 2 is probably on the way on the hold shelf. It's probably waiting for me there. So you're gonna enjoy that. Like
I'll
just
be
so
catching up on my sleep from 10 years ago. It's
honestly,
great.
I don't quite know what's going on about. There's a lot of people who they look white to me. Maybe it's just that in Canada we pretty much think of anyone from away as being exotic, if anything. Where I don't know that there's really that many people in Canada that think that that really see race. Like Colbert jokes about it on his show, that he doesn't see race, and it's, I don't know. I don't think Canadians really do, or if they do, it's exotic. It's not.
They don't see it the way other people see it.
So anyway, but I'm watching these American kind of shows and with people who look white to me, and they're calling themselves black, and I'm like, wow, how do people who are actually black feel about this? Seeing these people on TV that look white and are identifying as black somehow, and they're,
It's the way they're defined,
it's weird.
That's the way it was. If you had a bit of black blood and you were black.
I don't know. It's strange.
So I always joked Americans voted in half a black president because Obama,
Yeah.
he's considered
But
black.
I don't
but
know.
he
Like
was,
these
half
women
white.
in the Charmed ones in this series, one of them's supposed to be black crossed with, I don't know, Latino. And maybe so. Well, I guess 2 of them are supposed to be that.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I gave away some of the story now.
It doesn't matter.
But
People
anyway.
fall asleep anyway, so.
Yeah. And they do look like there's some African American mixed in with some Hispanic, and mostly white though. They look mostly white.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't know. Anyway, and at one point it's funny, like the writing is so bad in the show.
Pretty bad.
So bad. That even James is kind of commenting on it. He just, like, when the insects were going upstairs, and they said they're going to the attic, and it's like, how do you know?
They're just going up some stairs.
I guess she's an empath, so maybe
Yeah.
she was reading the the thoughts of the insects and knew that they were going, because honestly, they're just going upstairs. They could be going to one of the girls' bedrooms, the bathroom. Who knows, right?
They could be going to the laundry closet or whatever.
Don't know.
You know, the linen closet.
Yeah. But anyway, so there's that. And they're back, like, there's one point where one of the women is talking about white privilege, and I'm looking at this fancy mansion that they're living in and going, wow, you know, compared to my little house with my kitchen that I managed to cook, I think, great things in, that is really the size of a closet, you know. Anyway, white privilege. Interesting. So, maybe that's a thing in the United States, but I doubt it, because I just got done watching a video with a bunch of people from Virginia. They did not seem privileged to me.
They're a bunch of white folks.
Yep. Not privileged.
Yeah, some of the worst people for racism and stuff like that are not privileged.
Not privileged.
Or at least by comparison with other white folks. So.
Yeah. So, back to infectious diseases. So if you're wanting to cut back on your saturated fat intake and cholesterol, give up bacon. Switch to this. It's not that hard to make, and it's yummy. So lecture 14, respiration and brain infections. Legionella bacteria is present in most water at low levels. Legionnaire's disease is a pneumonia breathing in aerosolized water droplets. Breathing in aerosolized water. Oh, that's how you get it. Mucous membranes stop inhaled substances from entering lungs, but if these tissues and cilia are damaged, say due to smoking, they cannot protect you properly. Bacteria make their way into your alveoli and multiply, causing pneumonia. You don't have to have abnormal cilia. Do you want my hot water bottle?
Hopefully you're just going to do a page or two.
Yeah, sure. Causing pneumonia. You don't have to have abnormal lungs to get pneumonia. Half of us aspirate while sleeping, but cilia protect us from getting pneumonia. Strep pneumonia is most common pneumonia in adults. Fever, cough, difficulty breathing, mortality rate up to 40% when people get sepsis in the bloodstream. There are many things that can give us pneumonia. There are vaccines for strep pneumonia. Receive both types after age 65. Not all sugar capsule types are covered by the vaccine. Risk reduction of 50%. Seek medical attention for what might be pneumonia. Mycoplasma pneumonia, walking pneumonia, chlamydia pneumonia is more likely to affect middle-aged adults. Enteroviruses cause 80% of aseptic pneumonia. They start as intestinal discomfort. Vaccinations are only beginning for these. West Nile from robins to mosquitoes to us can cause encephalitis. Aseptic meningitis caused by ticks, stiff neck, headache, fever. Antibiotics have no use in treating sinus infection for first 10 to 14 days. Don't use antibiotics for this. Rhinovirus is the common cold. Sit upright if cough keeps you awake at night. Legionnaires. The bacteria live inside amoeba and are usually harmless to us. Hospitals and hotels must use a type of disinfectant to treat for legionnaires. Flesh-eating bacteria and blood poisoning. That's lecture 15. Bacteria in the blood is blood poisoning, sepsis. Magnesium in superabsorbency tampons caused a lot of problems for a lot of women. Toxic shock syndrome. TSS from tampon use today is rare. Staph infection in vagina. Epidermis is covered with germs. Most common is staph epidermis. It's fine there. We can't clean them all off. Folliculitis. Infection of sweat follicle, pseudomonas, in unchlorinated hot tub or in acne. Skin abscesses, infection goes deeper into dermis layer, use hot compress. If size is less than 5 centimeters, thumb length, antibiotics are usually not required. Cellulitis is larger than 5 centimeters, hot, thick, painful. Staph aureus and streptococcus are most common causes. Lymphatic system slowly moves. Show red streak, go to doctor, need intravenous. All layers of skin are infected in necrotizing fasciitis?
Fasciitis, yeah. Flesh-eating
bacteria. Body-wide sepsis response. Surgery, multiple, always required. It's a medical emergency. 8% of travelers come back with a skin disease, and most of them are contagious. Staph aureus in blood is much more dangerous than staph epidermis. Increased levels of endotoxin are associated with worse patient outcome. So that's all I'm going to talk about because James will freeze. Do you want to have a bite to tell everyone how that is? Just a little nibble. You can just chew it. Just pick it up and pick a piece off.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a piece
Okay.
of this. It's supposed to be not
Well,
so rude.
Okay, but it's hard to pick up with that because it's punchy.
Just look at this.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Does it taste like bacon? Ish.
More ish than bacon.
Yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't really know how to make things taste like bacon because I haven't had bacon for so long.
It looks like bacon.
Since I was a teen. I had it when I was a teen there for a while. And then before that when I was a little kid.